remember now when exactly it happened, but it hit suddenly, and neither I nor my waistline were prepared. I became possessed, obsessive. Ripe, juicy cherry tomatoes screamed my name. Gorgonzola cheese came to me in my dreams. I couldn't sleep, I could eat. But I was a wild addict, constantly in search of my next food fix. That was the day I fell in love with food.
Each passing day, my love only grew stronger. Whenever food was not near me, I'd crave it. Distance does make the heart grow fonder. So I did what any sensible foodaholic would do. I got a job as a professional eater, and here we are today. Now we're going to be reviewing a little hotspot, the latest addition to the Savera Hotel, a place called Fondue.
Judging from the restaurant's name, you can probably guess what's on the menu. Creamy earthenware pots of fondue, tempting you with their warm, gooey goodness, inviting you to indulge in their calorie-rich creaminess. Of course, there are also other items on Fondue's fusion concept menu, what appears to be a culinary United Nations of sorts, a little bit of everything from every corner of the globe.
Fusion food at the Fondue involves a lot of elements. We've involved a lot of cultures, a lot of countries, different elements of cooking from different countries, food from different regions which have come together and come up with a dish. For example, in the starters we do stir-fried wasabi prawn with pesto. The wasabi is basically a Japanese horseradish, which is thinned down with a little cream. The prawns are sautéed with pesto, which is quite Italian, and served on a bed of guacamole, which is Mexican. So that's one starter which involves 3 regions. That's how we've come up with this whole menu of fusion dining. One of the other dishes we have in the main course is the blackened catfish Louisiana. The blackened spice is a very Cajun Creole style of cooking, where we make the spice in the restaurant itself. We do not buy the spice, we do not import the powder, the blackened powder. The fish is grilled with the blackened spice and served on sauce which is very French. It's a bacon mushroom cream. So again, fusing 2 different regions and coming out of the third dish.
From the extensive selection of appetizers, I honed in on just a few. The crab, and crabbe, sumptuous crab cakes, chili garlic crab claws, and milder tasting crab rolls. Along with that, the chilled melon soup avec crevettes, a soupy blend of muskmelon and watermelon with grilled prawns. Unnecessarily unusual, didn't work for me. It was a sweet melon party that grilled prawns just shouldn't have been invited to. The fondues were more my cup of tea, or should I say cup of cheese.
Now, it's the concept of a fondue that really appeals to me. You're sitting around a table, it's communal eating, sharing a plate. It's a very Eastern approach to cuisine. With Indian food, with Chinese food, you generally order a few dishes and the whole table shares. The Western approach is a more to each his own plate. Of course, it would help to have someone to share this fondue with. I always find food tastes much better when shared. It still tastes pretty good.
Fondue is a Swiss creation. The word fondue is the past participle of the French verb fondre, to melt. The warm liquid, often cheese, like in this case, is prepared in an earthenware pot called a caquelon and is kept warm and melted with a little burner called a réchaud. Little fondue forks are used to dip the niblets, bread or otherwise, into the fondue pot.
Now, a few fondues and fondants. So, with fondue etiquette, you usually observe the no double dipping rule and avoid touching the fork to your lips. Now, if a man loses his piece of bread to the cheese, he's got to buy a bottle of wine. And if a woman loses her piece of bread, well, she's got to kiss the man to her left. Shucks. should do.
Though the fondues are particularly filling, I couldn't resist trying the Creole items on the menu. The blackened catfish Louisiana sounded appetizing with zesty Cajun spices and a bacon mushroom cream sauce. With that, I decided to try the herb-stuffed lamb catalan. Lamb leg stuffed with herbs, figs, olives, almonds, all served with chutney tomato salsa and a side of vegetables.
Now the sauces are very thick and they sit very heavy, and actually the flavors and ingredients of the lamb catalan sound more inspiring than they actually taste. But it's a different story with the Cajun catfish over here, which ignites your palate with Cajun spices. They're zesty, they're zingy, they're a whole lot of fun.
Since I was a fan of the fondues, I thought I'd bring things back full circle and end the way I started, with the chocolate fondue served with exotic fruit, along with a rich, dark, velvety chocolate brownie, paired with the slightly tart orange cheesecake. All in all, an average meal for two at Fondue will cost you around 1,200 rupees without alcohol.
Well, the terrace is most pleasant and breezy in the afternoons. This ambiance right here is definitely one of the restaurant's strong points, a sweet end to my afternoon. Now, speaking of sweet, what could be sweeter than actually being on this show? I mean, good food, good company. I will tell you just how you can do that right now.
All you have to do is answer this week's question. Human beings are most sensitive to which taste? Is it A, sweet, B, salty, or C, bitter? Send your answers in to feedback@ndtv-hindu.com and you could be this week's lucky winner. Don't wait another minute.